What's going on, YouTube? It's here up again with another video. Today, we're going to talk about the Black Ops 7 reveal. I'm not going to show the multiplayer reveal trailer itself. You guys can just go look for it on YouTube or whatever. I just wanted to go over this blog that they posted. Very long blog, by the way. So this might be a very long video. I'm not gonna like read everything. I'm just gonna skim through it, show you guys what we're getting, and just give my thoughts between each thing. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so Black Ops 7. Again, I'm not going to show the trailer because I know it's like right here. I kind of like went through this earlier. The deep dive, the reveal, the game modes summary. There's a new mode called Overload, and it's kind of like almost like Uplink. Squads clash over one device that's in the middle of the map. I'm assuming that must be carried into the enemy territory to score. Momentum swings sharply as the device changes hands, making every pickup, escort, and interception a pivotal moment. So it's kind of like Uplink, but from what I can tell, like if you're holding the device, the drone, whatever it may be, the thing that like, you need, you will be faster, probably be able to jump further, which kind of like it's kind of like helping out for the uplink thing. If assuming the portals are like up in the sky or something, I don't know. They didn't go like the super details about it. Again, we just talked about this. Other announced modes, obviously TDM is back. Domination, those will be in the beta as well as you can see. Search and destroy, kill confirm will be in the beta. Free for all, hardpoint will be in the beta. Free for all will not be. Neither search. It says gunfight, kill order, and control. So pretty much standard modes that we've always had these last few years, especially kill order coming back from last year. Which I actually did. You guys like kill order? I didn't mind it on some maps. Like most of the year, I was playing face off to be honest with you, which we're talking about now. Face off is back. Score streaks are disabled, which is cool. Face off Dom, TDM, kill order, kill confirm. Not gonna lie, uh, BO6. I definitely played way more face off than core, just because like the maps in core are just so blah, and I just didn't like care to play them. Especially when I was playing by myself. This may be just me talking. I don't know how true this is. Obviously, just my personal experience playing the game. I'm Prestige Master, like level 600 or something like that. Only playing multiplayer, like never touched the campaign, never touched zombie. So like, I know you can like zombie get to 1,000 way faster than playing in zombies or whatever, or doing all those little glitches and shit. Didn't do that. Legitimate player. I just preferred Face Off. I actually liked the Face Off maps. It was a nice variety of maps. Score streaks are disabled, so I don't have to like worry about joining in progress and having all these streaks raining down on me. I can just go in and just kind of brain rot. But like, just just chill and just slide around, chow people, and just have a good time. Like, I know Stakeout 24/7 is annoying after a while, especially now. If you guys play Stakeout now, it's annoying because everyone just has shotguns everywhere. It's actually dumb as hell. By the way, Trek, you guys are dumb for buffing shotguns. Just saying. But anyhow, back to BO7, the better game, I'm sure. Skirmish will be in there. 20v20, a large scale thing. There's two maps, which we'll get into later. Training course, whatever, pyro matches, whatever. All right, the maps. So at launch, these are the maps that we have. There's two skirmish maps, and then there's these maps. We're getting 6 maps in the beta, which is actually a lot. Normally with betas, we usually get like 3 or 4. Like we'll get 3 in week 1, and then week 2 they'll add like a fourth or something like that. So getting 6 is pretty cool. But yeah, 13 new brand new maps, and then 3 remakes. Return from BO2, Raid, Hijack Express. Awesome. That's a dub to see those maps. Plus they're like remastered into like a different setting, like a Japanese futuristic setting. It's pretty cool. These are the maps. I will quickly just go through them. Black Heart, small size map, looks cool. I love how every map has like a really different characteristic instead of it just being a bunch of Avalon asset garbage like BO6. Cortex is small. I should probably keep track of how many small and medium maps there are. So we have 2 small so far, and then Exposure's a medium sized map. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Again, obviously we have to play. Like I don't. I one thing that was brought up. Shout out to Ghost of Hope. He brought this up, or they. I don't know. They brought this up that we don't see like the layouts, which is kind of concerning. But again, I will see how this goes. Imprint, medium sized map, looks pretty good. They always have. We always have to have like one snowy ass maps. Cool with it though. The Forge, medium sized map, looks good. Honestly, if I'm just looking at the pictures, like I feel like the Forge might be a competitive map. Toshin definitely looks like a competitive map. Bright colors, neon lights, looks good. Outside stuff, interior stuff, we like that. Colossus medium sized map. We've seen this before in the trailers and stuff. This is actually from a BO2 like um campaign mission. It's good. Uh, then looks good. I like it. Japanese. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like reading it to myself. I don't want to read it out loud. Flagship's a small map. Homestead's a medium-sized map. I like the the aurora borealis in the sky. Really colorful, nice. Like I say, every map looks different, which is a good thing, obviously. Paranoia's a small map. That'll probably be like a face-off, like 6v6, face-off type of map, probably. Retrieval is a large size map. So this is like the only large size map that's in the game that I saw when I looked at this blog earlier. Scar medium sized map. That's what it looks like. If you guys want to just like pause and like look at it real quick, I'll do that. And of course, Express and Hide. I'll skip over these. You can read. Like Read looks gorgeous, of course. These are 20v20 maps. These are large size maps, but like super large maps, like 20v20. So we have one large size map. I think it was like 4 small size maps, and then like 11 medium size maps, which is good. A good little balance there. Loadouts, equipment. Again, I'm not gonna read any of this stuff. I'm just gonna show what we're gonna get, and then I'll talk about like, is it good? Is it bad? Is it dumb? This is the loadout screen. I like it. It looks kind of like BO3 almost. Definitely more refined than like last year. The primary weapon, secondary weapon. This is just, again, just typical what we had last year with the combat specialties, which are back, which I'm not a fan of that. Just saying they evolved it a little bit, which we'll talk about. Not a fan of it though. Still not a fan of it. We have new features, the overclock. So what this is like there's certain equipments, tacticals, lethals, field upgrades, score streaks, even effective uses of these individual loadout items will unlock 2 overclockables over time. I wonder, so like over time, like the more is it like like the overclock ability that works best for your playstyle. So like over time, I'm assuming it's time based instead of what I was thinking. Like, is it like if I get like a kill with the cluster grenade, do I unlock it quicker? I don't know. This is just like a really gimmicky thing in my opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of it. We'll see how it goes and plays through. I'm sure it's not going to even be like that crazy than what I'm thinking. Of course, your primary weapons, we have ARs, SMGs, shotguns, LMGs, marksman rifles, sniper rifles. Secondaries, we have pistols and launchers, melee weapon, dedicated melee weapon slots back like last year. Tacticals, this is what I wanted to show. All right, so we have stun grenade coming back. Just stim shots back. The new sight grenade, which like it's like the Neuro gas from like last year almost. It like makes you all distorted and stuff, and you start seeing shit like crazy shit. Hunterbot, smoke grenades back, flashbangs back, pinpoint grenade. It's kind of like the cluster grenade from BO4, and the decoy grenade. And last but not least, which I saved this for last, the EMP grenade. Thank you, based everyone at Treyarch for bringing back the EMP grenade. Super happy to see it. Professional players, pro players, you fucking GA that shit. We're gonna have a problem. BO2 EMP. We're gonna have a problem. Do not GA the EMP grenade. A lot. If you guys want to just allow one per team, do that type of GA, that's fine. But do not think about GAing the EMP grenade. Just want to say that real quick. Because again, this is a competitive. My thought process is always thinking competitive more than anything else. These are the overclocks for it. I'm not going to go through everything, but pretty much like overclock number 1, eventually it'll increase the duration of which you're stunned for stun grenade, and then it'll slow down movement speed when stunned. EMP, you can cook it for extra bursts later on, and then originally you'll get the increased duration. So pretty much, again, I'll just kind of, if you want to pause it, I'll just kind of show it. I don't want to talk about every single one. But again, I mean, these are all just standard. Like I said, the pinpoint grenade is like the. Oh wait, no, the pinpoint grenade is not the cluster grenade. I'm sorry. There is a cluster grenade though in the lethals. Pinpoint grenade is like the tracker from last year. Like so, like if you throw it out, it like track like and get onto people, you can like track them or whatever, right? Isn't that what it is? Detect enemies when it's rained. Okay, okay. I completely got him confused. I'm so sorry. I completely got that confused. But anyhow, lethals, cluster grenade. What I was talking about before. Frag, sticky, turret, drone, C4, Molotov combat X. Pretty standard, simple stuff here. The point turret's pretty new. The drone's pretty new. We'll show that in a second. The point turret right here, sentry. That automatically shoots enemies, distracting them, increases turret fire rate and orientation sensors, allow turrets to deploy on walls. So normally you can only put it on the floor, and then eventually you can throw it anywhere. Is from what I'm assuming. The needle drone, small flying drone that explodes on impact. It sounds like the drone. There was, what was it called? The breacher drone in MW3, where you like do that. That's what it sounds like to me, at least. Field upgrades. Okay, I want to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this for a few minutes. Okay, so we have the assault pack coming back, drone pod, trophies back, camo, echo unit, mute field, black hat. Black hat's back from BO2. Shout to the black hat if you guys remember. If you don't, you know. The fear trap, scrambler, and squadron. Again, assault pack. The drone pod, a deployable device that launches aerial drones. Drones seek out enemies and explode. That's kind of weird to have that as a thing. Whatever. Trophy obviously is back. All right, camo. Become partially invisible for a short period of time. The camo normally, it works like when you activate it and it goes away when you shoot your gun. Overclock number 1, gunfire reveals you instead of ending it. So obviously you can get it to overclock to where you don't end the ability. Increased duration, faster charge timer. Cool. They should allow this in competitive. Why? For the CDL, 1 per team, obviously. I don't want 4 people running with camos. Because I've always hated these last few years, like Cold War. This whole idea of like 4 people on each team, 2 of them using a trophy, and 2 of them are pretty much using nothing because they're just stuck using the assault pack. Like in Cold War, it was 3 trophies, 1 assault pack. This past year, it was 2 trophies, 2 assault packs. But you can't actually use the assault packs. So pretty much you're just running with no field upgrade essentially. With active camo being allowed, which by the way, I'm going to talk about another one that should be allowed, the mute field. Which, hold on, let me scroll down real quick. Yeah, where's it at? Mute field, a stealth device that reduces your footstep volume. So, like, it's kind of cold-blooded too. Prevents you from being targeted by enemy score streak for a limited time. That part doesn't matter because let's be real here. There is going to be no targeted AI score streaks probably allowed in competitive anyway. I'm just talking about strictly competitive CDL stuff. They should allow mute field because it's pretty much dead silence. You activate it, stealth device to reduce your footstep volume. Allow that 1 per team. Allow camo 1 per team and trophy 2 per team. Because now you have 2 players on the map that actually can use a field upgrade now. Or even if not, like you don't have to use the camo. You just have 2 mute fields and 2 trophies. So you actually can have players run around with like, which we'll get into perks in just a moment, but like they don't have to run ninja. They can run other perks like, dexterity, lightweight, blah, 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 blah. And then they can just use the mute field, get dead silent, and make a play, take a route, yada, yada, yada. It actually now allows the players to actually have some form of usage for field upgrades because these last couple of years have been so annoying. Because that's how it was. Like, so these last, like, ever since Cold War, like I said, Cold War, Vanguard had that problem. Whatever, MW2, MW3, all of them had that problem where like, oh, only 2 of you can use trophy, or 1 of you, or 3 of you use trophy. 1 of you you have to use the assault pack, and you can't actually activate the assault pack either because blah 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 blah. Wow cards. By the way, the art on this looks gorgeous. This looks awesome. Overkill, prepper, high roller, splice water, specialist, stage close, perk, fire. Pretty much everything we've had before. Not going to get into it too much. Specialist I will talk about though. So specialist, fill up or whatever, wild card. It replaces your score streaks with 3 perks. You get to pick the 3 you want. They're earned like low level score streak at 200, 400, 600, and then at 1200 score. When you're on that 1200 score, you get everything. Really fun. Again, that will not be used in competitive, I'm sure. Or maybe it would. Maybe it would. I don't know. That would be very interesting. Like run around and get tac mask eventually and flak jacket or something, or ninja, and 1200 score, you get everything. Kind of like MW19 or Ghosts. We had that in Ghosts. We were actually using it. I don't know. Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe because I'd rather just have perk greed or gunfighter. I mean, you guys shouldn't be using gunfighter competitive anyway. You guys are idiots. Perks. All right, this is what I want to talk about right here. Here's a perk. Perk one slot. Gung ho back. Lightweight back. Dexterity's back. Full-blooded ninja ghost. Tech mask, which is tech mask. Flak jacket and shadow, which is a perk from last year, which is you don't trigger like stuff when you run past it. And this perk slot is ridiculously overpowered. And it's stupid because they put all the good perks in perk one. It's again, I'm just talking competitive for a second. I'm just talking competitive here. All the perks that we want to use in competitive are in this slot. That's a horrible idea. Treyarch, you guys need to go back and rework this and move some of these perks in other slots because again, we're going to go into this dexterity. Dexterity is pretty much like dexterity last year, reduced weapon motion and full ADS on slides, dives, wall jumps. So it's kind of like dexterity from last year, except for they added this part, the full ADS on slides. So like in BO6, you can slide chow without dexterity. You know what I'm saying? Like you can like slide in ADS, dive ADS, wall jumping. So they kind of like nerfed that part of Omni movement, where like slide diving and stuff. Now you have to use a perk to do that, whereas in BO6 you don't need it. Lightweight, increased movement speed, jump slide, and dive further. Pretty cool. A faster recovery from sliding and thing and diving. That's cool. I have no problem with that being in the game. Lightweight's back, baby. A tech mask, like I said, whatever. All right, so here's perk 2 slot. A bunch of useless garbage for competitive. We're gonna end up using fast hands, like, because all this other stuff either is gonna be ban G8 or just not good. Like scavenger, useless. This thing is OP from last year. Close shave, G8 band, assassin band probably. Hunter instinct. I said vigilance. We had that last year. Band probably. Blast link. Your explosive damage marks enemies. Banned. Engineer. Maybe allow engineer. You can maybe allow engineer. See enemy equipment and score streak through walls. That'd be fine, I guess. But yeah, fast hands obviously is going to be the perk that everyone's using. Because all this, gearhead's going to be band G8 or whatever. We're end up just being using fast hands again. Like we keep ending up with fast hands being a defaulted perk because everything else in that category, like just like last year in BO6, all the perks in perk 2 were not competitively viable. Like they were just too good. You know what I'm saying? Now this piece of shit, 3 slot, tax spinner. I wouldn't have put it in the game. I don't care. I would have been like, fuck you, Sentinels. Fuck you, Infinity Ward, Modern Warfare lovers. I would have not even put this in the game as an option. I would have not even put this in the game as an option. Then you got Looper, which is like you can get your streaks through the same life again. That should just be a thing by default anyway. Bruiser Bankroll's back. Tracker's back. This is the same old shit we've always had like every year, except for Charge Link. Charge Link is new, and Vendetta I think is new. On respawn, mark your killer's last note. Oh yeah, no wait, we did have Vendetta last year. That was one of those DLC perks that came out like later on. Charge Link, faster field upgrade charge rate. Grant this benefit to all allies. Earn score when nearby allies use your field. That's pretty cool, actually. So this is kind of like a reworked Gearhead, which I know Gearhead was actually moved into the other slot because Gearhead used to be a perk 3 and now it's perk 2, and then they made this kind of like a version of it. So that's kind of cool. But again, this isn't going to be GA. This is going to be GA, ban, GA, ban. Like these are all just not competitively viable. So unfortunately, we in the competitive community and most of Call of Duty community, we want tax sprint gone, right? I don't want tax sprint. I think tax sprint is a stupid gimmick. It should never been invented anyway. We're going to end up using tax sprinter by default because everything else is just overpowered or just not competitively viable. It's just too good or just too broken and stuff. Like, hello? We're not going to use Looper. We're not going to use Bruiser. Bankroll was GA banned last year. Can't use that. Get extra score per life off the start. No. So, in my opinion, they need. This is what I would do: lightweight and ninja. I would move to the perk 3 slot. In a perfect world, I would just get rid of Tech Spinner because with lightweight being over here and ninja, now you have the option. Either you're going to move faster or you're going to move quieter while still having Pack Mask or Flat Check as your first perk. That's going to be everyone's first perk choice. Again, we're just talking competitively here. You're going to use Flat Jacket, Fast Hands, and Ninja, and then if you're using perk greed, you're going to pick lightweight or Tack Mask or something or whatever. Having having all of the good perks in the first slot is so dumb. And again, from a competitive perspective, it's just gonna end up being perk 2 is gonna be fast hands only, perk 3 is gonna be tack sprinter. So now we're forced to be using tack sprint even though we don't want to tack sprint anymore. I would move lightweight down here. I would move bruiser or bankroll. One of them can go into perk 1, move lightweight down here, and then just throw ninja down here. Because why is there only 2 blue perks in this category? So like, see, it would be balanced out because like you would take a red out for a red, so it'd still be 4 reds, and then just put ninja in here because ninja's a blue, so you would have 3 blues. So it'd be 3, 3, 4. A little bit better. So yeah, that's just my little tidbit about that. I'm gonna skip over specialties because again, from a competitive perspective, this stuff's gonna get removed anyway. It's just back. It's just the same thing. Although there's hybrids now, so like if you do like red and blue, you can get the specialty hybrid as long as all 3 of your perks are like a mixture. Like if you do like 1 red and 2 blues or something like that, you'll get something like red and green, and then they do green blue or whatever. And I said full blown red, full blown blue. I want to talk about this real quick. I'm sorry. For pubs, they did nerf the hell out of the recon specialty. Thank you. Recon specialty in BO6, you can see people through walls. Stupid. They kept nerfing the time of it, but the fact that it still existed was stupid. On this game, now on respawn, see the direction of the closest enemy on the minimap. That's perfectly fine for pubs. Again, that's for pubs. That's fine. I had no problem with that. Thank you for getting rid of the whole see people through walls bullshit. That shit was so dumb. Green perks, whatever. Like I said, assault rifles. Okay, so these are the assault rifles that they're pretty much showing the ones that are gonna be in the beta. So we can talk about just quickly. They are the M15. It's kind of like an M4. It's pretty like standard all arounder type of well-rounded. Blah blah blah. I'm sure that's what everyone's gonna be using. The MXR-17. It's kind of like the Rampart. Looks like a Rampart Scar type of gun. Full auto assault rifle with good accuracy and range, but it has slower mobility and fire rate. So it's a slower shooting, slow. It's a heavy assault rifle, kind of like again like a Scar, a Rampart attack from MW2 a couple years ago. And of course the Peacekeeper that we've seen. I almost said Peacemaker, and I was gonna start doing the Oh Julian dance, but whatever. Peacekeeper is an assault rifle in this game. It's always been like that assault rifle hybrid. It's a fully auto assault rifle, has great mobility and handling, but it has really high recoil, so the recoil's all over the place, and very limited range, so the range on it's not that good. Which is interesting because the Peacekeeper in BO2, shout out, was the opposite. Where it actually had really good range but it was also a submachine gun. So I don't know. Shout out to Ghost. Again, there's more assault rifles coming out. Like I said, this is just beta. The Graz 45K. This is going to be the competitive SMG, probably, in my opinion. This is going to be the SMG that we're going to be using in the beta a lot. Watch. I'm calling right now. Versatile SMG, giving you a balance of everything. That's good. And we have this gun, the Dravik. Full auto SMG. It has good range, but it has less raw power CQB. So it's kind of like the PP9 from BO6, kind of. It has like that Bison like cylinder thing. So it's going to be shitty at close range, but the range is so good that like that time to kill will be consistent over range. And then we have the Razor 9mm. Kind of looks like an MTAR. Kind of looks like a Razorback from BO3 almost. Um, very high fire rate, limited range, slower handling. Not a fan of that as an SMG player. We get 3 more SMGs at launch. Shotgun, the Breacher, whatever. And then we have the Cylinder Echo 12. That's the gun from like BO2. LMGs. I only care about this stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to use any of this crap. All right, I want to talk about this for a second because again, competitive channel. We have the MNA1. It is a marksman rifle, so you already know that the long neck out there is GAing this. It's gone. It's gone. Sorry. They put the M8 4-round burst marksman rifle with very high damage and extreme fast fire rate within the burst. What? So fast fire rate with the bursts. So those 4 rounds are hitting high damage marksman rifle. Sorry. Shout out to my friend Jared. I love you, bro. But you're not using no M8 in competitive. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that this is actually allowed, but I already know that Treyarch just ruined this gun already. Once they put in the marksman rifle category, I was like, yeah, it's done. Oh, sorry. Snipers, the Recon, the DSR's back. Great, cool. I'm sure it's gonna get G'd anyway. Another sniper. This kind of looks like that sniper from BO3. I forgot what it was called. 3-round burst sniper. That sounds OP. Actually, I'm not. That shit's gonna. That shit. Don't. The Jaeger. Is it the Jaeger? 45 regular ass pistol. Nothing to write home about. I'm sure it's like whatever. And then we have the Coda 9. Uh, which is like the Cat 40. This is gonna be a G8 band for sure. Don't gotta worry about that. Launchers, whatever. Melee weapon, whatever. It's not even a knife. It's not even like a knife. It's like a friggin' like electrical baton thing. I don't even know what the hell that is. That shit's kind of crazy. Gunsmith attachment and stats, yada yada yada. I do like the weapon build codes. That's gonna help out like a lot of a lot of the big time Twitch streamers. They do show more guns right here, by the way. Like the Maverick, assault rifle, the Warden. Kind of looks like the Outlaw from BO4, which is pretty awesome. And this is like the Cordite slash PDW BO2 BO4 Cordite SMG right there. Score streaks, pretty standard stuff here. You know, Scout Pulse is back, RCXD is back, UAV. The skewer, it's kind of like a missile. It says fire and forget. So it's kind of like you call it in and it just randomly hits. You don't have to like pull out a tablet or thing on your arm and you don't control this. It just kind of just comes in. For competitive, I wouldn't mind trying it out at least. I mean, it's an air to ground, so it's like it's like the cruise missile without controlling it. You just call it in and it just randomly comes in. Maybe it hits, maybe it doesn't hit. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't say anything about targeting someone. It just says projectile for precision eliminations, bladed design to minimize collateral damage. I don't know. I would allow it. Depending on the score, actually. Let me say that real quick. It depends on how much score it costs to do it. Because it seems low. Because if this is going in order from like lowest to highest, it's pretty low actually. So I don't know. We'll see. Care package, counter UAV, the LGM, launch continuous bombardment. Um, it depends on how continuous. If this would be allowed for competitive, it depends on how continuous. If I'm being honest, as of right now, it looks like we're just using like one streak again, which is so annoying. Napalm strike, sentry turret, Hellstorm, Samuel stuff, hand cannons back, cool. Maybe allow the hand cannon. I would allow the hand cannon, honestly. The Gravemaker is like a sniper, a portable one-hit sniper that can reveal and eliminate targets behind cover. That's kind of OP. The dog, you can pet the dog, by the way. You can pet the dog. Pretty cool. Interceptors is back from Cold War. It's awesome. Hilo. The HKDs, which is kind of like the hunter killer drones. So it's not like the hunter killer drones from BO2. These are grounded on like wheels, so it's kind of like dogs or something like that, like the Raps. They just, and then the Rhino is like the big dude thing. Warship's back. Harp is back. That's cool. The advanced UAV thing. EMP's back. Legion's like the drones, the swarm. Great. Omni movement. We again just talk about the wall jumps. Talk about getting rid of attack sprint. I'm not gonna get too much into that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show off that. And again, talking about the game and talk about the blog competitively. The rest of it is just talk about the operators. I don't really care about that. But yeah, in my opinion, I hope we're in for a good year for competitive. The maps look great. I'm sure the gameplay will be nice with the omni movement, especially with the wall jumping. I just hope that the maps are good. Like I trust them. They look good, but I hope that they play well. And again, I hope that they fix these perks because that is my biggest problem with this thing. Yeah, I've been yapping for 30 minutes. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry about the yapping and the ranting, but I just had to talk about it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.